Hey, it looks like we are live. So welcome back. Today I'm going to be doing Advent of Code 2023, day 3. Yeah, so yesterday I got days 1 and 2 done. And I was quite happy with that. I was expecting to only get day 1 done, but I got both the days done in about an hour and a half. So I'm pretty happy with that. I've never really done Advent of Code before, so didn't know exactly what to expect. But yeah, it's been fun so far. It's mostly like string parsing kind of things, and I enjoy that. So yeah, that's what it is. So we're on to day 3 now. I read over it yesterday. But I didn't try to solve it yet. Yeah, so basically we have this, and we need to look at the numbers, and then look adjacent to it, and see if there is a symbol. And then if there is, let's see. Actually, I forget. Hang on. There are two numbers, because they are not. All right. So yeah, only the ones that are adjacent to a symbol would count. So that is what we need to look at. So, yeah, I was thinking about it a little bit, not too much. I got it set up in here. So actually, let me grab, just get the read from file function, just so I don't have to write it again. Yeah, just that. Oops. Now I messed it up. Alright, let's see, in day 3, there we go. Okay. Yeah, let's grab that, and then try to solve it. Yeah, so we're gonna need a few things here. H, okay. Yeah, so I'm using C again. I'm probably just gonna stick with C throughout the whole thing. So I don't know if I'm gonna do, like, all the way up to day 30 or day 25 or whatever it is. Yeah, I'm not sure. Let me just make sure it works. Make sure it's all working. I gotta test that every time. I have to actually go to the file. 3, there we go. Alright, and there we go. Hello world. Yeah, so we'll just read from the file. So let me make the file. Okay. Just right here. This is actually test input, so I should probably rename it to that. I'm not going to. So, shoot, I made it in the wrong folder, so I need to quit out of it. Yeah. Bunch, day03a in test input.txt. There we go. Okay, there we go. We got the input now. So you can see it is actually a rectangle. So I think that will be helpful in terms of we need to take it and turn it into a two-dimensional array. So that is kind of the goal. So let me make a macro up here. Test input is test input.txt. There we go. All right, and we'll just read from that file. So yeah, so let's just content equals read from file. So this will just read it into a string, so a one-dimensional array, and then we need to convert that into 2 dimensions. Yeah, so test input, and then I will just print the content. I don't need that extra new line, whatever. Okay, and there are the contents. Yeah, so basically what we'll have 3 different things. We'll have digits, dots, periods, whatever, and symbols. So anything that's not one of the first 2 is a symbol, if I understand correctly. So I think we're going to want an enumerator for this. Yeah, so we'll have digit, okay, dot, and symbol. Alright, DDS. So, yeah. So we're going to just basically loop through the contents. And yeah, so I want to convert it. So we're going to need to get 2 numbers. The width and the height. So I think that would be pretty easy, because all we have to do is basically iterate. So I'm going to need, I'm going to need int, maybe size t, width equals 0, height equals 0. And we'll just iterate through this. And we'll just do, if, let's see, if, no, this is not right. Well, contents I does not equal null termination, then if contents I equals a new line, whoops, then we're going to stop it there, and then we can calculate the height based on that. Actually, we're gonna need to iterate with one more, and then we can break. So otherwise, we're just gonna do width plus plus, something like that. And then at the end, we should have the width if I did it correctly, including the new line, because that is important that we do that. Wait, yep, alright, so it's not an integer, so. Alright, and I forgot a semicolon somewhere, right there. I always forget that on the break. I don't know why. Use variable height, that's okay. And I also forgot a semicolon there. Where is that actually? Expected that before char. Where is this? Read from file. Okay, I forgot the semicolon right there. Let's see. Okay. Oh yeah, I need to actually call this something. So this is just then. Okay, sure. Alright, build this. Alright, and let me run it now. So 11. So is that actually correct? So yeah, it is 11. With the new line. That is very important. The new line is important. And then we can calculate the height by taking the total size and dividing it by the width, I believe. So we are going to need the size, so we can just do Sterling of contents. Will it have the null termination at the end? Yeah, it does, because we do set that. So yeah, the string length of that divided by the width, I believe, is the height, if I understand correctly. Okay, so 10, and it is 10. All right, yeah, so perfect. So now we have that. We do need to subtract 1 now from the width. Do we need to do that? Yeah, because we're not going to do that. So then we can just do width minus. Yeah, so it's a little weird, but we need the... Maybe we could just not iterate it here. And just do something with that plus 1. Like this. There we go. And it should be the same thing. Now it's 11. So yeah, I messed it up. No, because I plus 1 to the wrong thing. That's why. Okay. Plus 1. Yeah, I think that should be fine actually. So then let's print both of them. And then we should have the dimensions, so we should be able to make the array. 12 and 10. Nope, so I messed it up. Let's see. What's plus 1? There we go. Yeah. Order of operations. Let's see. There we go. 10 and 10. So that is what we want. Alright, so I guess this is a square. Okay. Yeah, I didn't even realize that. Is the actual input? It's probably not. Yeah. Ooh. Yeah, that's not gonna work. Actually, it might be. Might be the same. Let me see. So this is... How long is this line? 141. Yeah, maybe I'll make the actual input file and then try it out. So go and I'll open input.txt in day 3. Okay, and I'll just paste this whole thing in there, and then I'll be able to better get the dimensions. So, all right, 140. All right, so it's so it looks like it is actually yeah, 140, 141 with the new line. So yeah, all right, so it is a square. Yeah. So I guess I didn't need to do all that. I could just set height equal to the width as well. I'll leave it like this because it does get the right number. But yeah. All right. So I guess I could check that before. But all right. So now we can make the array. So it's going to be an array of characters. An array of yeah. All right. Two-dimensional array. So basically, we've got it's a table essentially. We've got the width, which is actually width and height. All right. Yeah, something like that. So that should declare it, if I am correct. Unused variable, but that's okay. So then we should be able to set each one of those by iterating through it and setting it based on the location. So yeah, we're gonna have another for loop in here. I'll use this time. Contents. Yeah, so we're just gonna loop through yet again. Oops. All right, and then so we're gonna need an index. Let's see. So let's do let's see. So we're gonna need the width index set to 0, and then also the height index. Yeah, both of those. So we're always gonna do width index plus plus at the end. But if let's see. So we're doing the same check that we had actually up here. So, but we're not gonna break. Okay, something like that. And we're going to set width index equals 0. Okay, yeah, so we'll set it equal to 0. And then it's going to iterate again, so we can leave it like that, I believe. Okay, and then we're also going to iterate the height index. Okay, so we should be able to use this then, where we just populate it based on that. So, but we don't actually want it to iterate after that. So yeah, this is going to have to be in an else. Something like that, I believe. Okay, so let me think about how this would work. So we're going to iterate through it, and it's going to start at 0 for the height index. This is going to be 0 as well. And then it'll become 1, 2, 3, all the way down to here. Then it'll become 0 again. And then we've got this. So then the height is different. Yeah, so I think that'll work. So we can basically then set on each iteration a table with index, height index equals contents I. Something like that. Yeah, I think so. Alright, table is set but not used. Okay. So then let me see. So then I'll also just print C table with index, height index, and we can see what it looks like. Okay, and alright, so we print it all out like that. And the last one is 8 dot dot. 8 dot dot. Alright, so that looks good. So I'm assuming it's setting it correctly. It's kind of hard to tell unless I format it differently. So what if I don't put a new line here and just print a new line whenever we go here? Something like that. And that should print it out as the table. Yeah, there we go. So that I believe is right. Yeah, so now we have that. And then we'll be able to check the index of it. And instead of setting it to that, instead I will make this a table of that enum that we made, the ident, which maybe isn't the best name, but whatever. So ident. And then we're going to set it equal to the corresponding thing based on what it is. If that makes any sense. So we'll set it, basically we're going to have to check here. So if contents I equals, see, so we need to check if is digit actually. We'll do that first. Is digit, contents I. Then we want to set it equal to digit. Else if contents I equals a dot, then we want to do this instead of equal to dot. Else, so this isn't going to quite work because of the new line, but else we're going to set it equal to a symbol. Okay, something like that. But first we'll have to check this one actually, so we'll do that in the first one. And I equals a new line. And this can become an else if. And we can do all this stuff in here. And we want to do this in each iteration of it, so yeah, so I'll just paste it in here, it's fine. Alright, yeah, something like that. And then we can get rid of this. And that should set the table accordingly. Put it as an integer of the table. And I need that, okay. And then let's run this. Okay, so we have 0, 0. So that is digit. So I don't think that's quite right. 864. Yeah. That's not good. Alright. That's not being set properly. Else we set it to a symbol. Yeah, so that should be fine. And we don't want to set it to anything here. So why do we get all this stuff? Okay. Yeah, that's not right. Definitely not right. So, because it should only be 0, 1, or 2. Let me set it equal to 0 just to make sure. I'm pretty sure, yeah, that wasn't the issue. Ooh, but we have stuff that's out of bounds here, or something, like overflow. So that is not good. How many is this? That's 7. Yeah. Can I do? I don't remember how to format that, where it only will print 1. Well, I did change it, so. Alright, this is not quite working. Let me print it in here. Oops. And it should always print out, 2. And it does print 2 every time. Is that all the symbols? Yeah, that actually looks right, I think. And then this should print out 1s. Okay, and I accidentally closed the terminal, so. Alright, run it again. Okay, 3. Okay, and that's all 0. So yeah, it's just an issue where we must not be setting it for part of it. Let me actually, if I do something like this, doesn't that 0 initialize it? Yeah, okay, no. So how can you, actually I can do something like this, yeah? I think. I want it to zero initialize to the array. How can I do that? Okay, so I need to do it like that then. Okay, I can do that. 0, 0, 0, 0. No. Okay. I'm pretty sure I did that right. So let's see, initializing. Okay, how can I? Oh, you have to do it like that. So that I might have to iterate over it, or 1, 2. Can I just do this? I just want 0, 0. No. So why doesn't that work? Okay. Yeah, I can do mem set. Okay. Mem set table. -1 size of array. Oh, let's say I want to be 0 though. So it's size of table 0, 0 short times row times count, which is height and width. Alright, so if I do that, it should be 0 initializing, right? Think so. And then I should be able to print it out, because I think that is the issue. We're not setting some of the fields. With 0 initializing isn't necessarily what we want to do. Okay, and it didn't even change it, so it doesn't matter. Yeah, so some of them are not being set. So it should be set though. Okay. If I set it in here, then yeah, it doesn't fix it. So 0, 0, 0, 0, 2. Okay. Maybe I'll iterate over the table after, like, do this. No, so I can't do that because I'm iterating over the table. So I is less than width plus, and then do another one with j. Or with the length. And I need to do j. Okay, and then just print the table. Table with index, height, index. There we go. All right, so then I can take a look at it. So there's not length. So what did I call it? Height. I don't know why I thought length. All right. So, and I don't want to print it with a new line every time. So I'll just print it in one row. All right, that's actually maybe not good. So I can print a new line here. Then it should look like the table. Okay, and it's all 0. So yeah, that's not right. Yeah. Okay. So it thinks it's all digits. Obviously that's not right. Because we don't have this. We need I and J. Okay. There we go. So that looks more right. So we have 0, 1, 1, 1. Which is not right because yeah, so it thinks it's a dot. Unless it's the wrong order. Maybe I need to change this to JI. 0, 0, 0. Okay, 1, 1. Yeah, that's actually right. Okay, there we go. So that is how we need to do that. Yeah, because the 1 is the dot, and then 2 is the symbol. All right. Then we can check things. Check what it is. So this is how we're iterating over the table. And then we need to look. So if it's a digit, then we want to look at the adjacent one. So here's a digit. We want to look at these ones here. Yeah, and we're really looking at all 8 around it. But if it's out of bounds, then we just don't look at it. So that's what we need to do. And then, but if there's a digit next to it, we need to also calculate it on that digit. Yeah, okay. So I'm gonna need to think about how to do that. But we have that. So we have the current. So if table J I equals widget. Then we're gonna do stuff. So let me just do that, and that should just print digits. We need the value of them as well, though. So this might not actually work. Because we don't know the value. Alright, so maybe it should be a structure in which we can store the value as well. So okay, and this can just be not table because we already had that. Yeah, it would just be element. Sure. And so we're gonna have an ident in here. And then we're also going to have a value, which can be an integer. Because that's all we need for the value. Maybe it could even be a character. Because in that way it'll be easier to append it. If we need to get a multi-digit value. Yeah, or something like that. So then here, the table will instead be an element. Okay, and then we're gonna need to set it a little differently. Equals dot ident. And this is dot ident equals dot, and this one ident equals symbol. Okay, and this will be dot value equals yeah, equals just table width index. No, equals contents item. Contents index. Something like that. And then we should be able to get it. And we can do dot ident. There. And when we build that, it doesn't compile because that is an element now. Yeah, so we need dot value. Okay, expected expression before that. So I can't set it like that. So I'm gonna have to do element L equals this, and do like that. Grab that and put it there. Okay. This doesn't be like that. Okay, and set it equal to lm. There we go, and then just put this down here. This is symbol, and we have no value. Okay, let's see. Here as well. Alright, something like that. And then just space in here, and then just pop it. Okay. We need variable L. So did I forget something? Yeah, alright. I messed it up. Right here. Got rid of that. There we go. There we go. And so, yeah, so these are the values, but that's not right. So printing that, because it is actually a character, not that, so that is why. Now if I run it, there we go. So yeah, these are all of the digit values that we get from there. Perfect. All right, so now we can get the values and we get the identifier type. So yeah, because we're going to need the values when we do the final calculation. Okay, so to look at the surrounding ones, we basically need to, well, there's 8 that we need to look at. So we have to look to the right. So that's just width plus 1. Okay. Yeah, width plus 1. Let's see, can I do, this won't break it, j plus 1, and that should be the value right next to it. They're not all going to have values though, so it's not going to quite work. But 6, yeah, okay, so that is j plus 1, so that is the width. J is the width. Maybe I'll rename it so it is more clear. So since the square, it doesn't matter, but if I do this, it's going to be better. And this is fine. Okay. Then we can use H and W. H and W. And actually, I messed that up now. U and H. Okay. Yeah, we need to rename it. Okay. H and W. There we go. And now it should be the same. Okay, there we go. So yeah, that way it's just easier to work with. So we need to look W plus 1, W minus 1 as well, if that's not out of bounds. We need to look at height. Yeah, so if we do plus 1 on this as well, it is not going to work. It's going to break stuff. But, okay, did we get actually 1 on the next row? It's actually hard to tell. So let me print dot item. So we don't get 30 data or whatever. Oh, but it needs to be a digit like that. Okay, so yeah, if we look there, so that should be 1. And it's 0, so yeah, so that didn't work. So we can't just do it like that because wait. Let's see. Yeah, so it's all 0 because these are all digits. That makes sense. That's 1 is gonna be. I want to make sure it's all good. Dot value and yeah. Character, so I have to change it again. I'm trying to think how it's gonna be manipulated. All right, 7, 1, yeah. Okay, so we've got that. So let's see if we take the width. So we want the same width. Yeah. All right. Well, let's just I'm just gonna use switch. No, probably an if statement because yeah, it's a different condition each time. So if table w w plus 1 h equals does not equal simple. Maybe I should use a for loop for this instead, so we can, yeah, because then we can iterate through, just need the right formula. Yeah, the right expression. So, but let me just do this, first of all. Does not equal symbol, then we can just print f with false. Okay, so we don't have a symbol for those. And then, yeah, we need to do dot ident. Oops, dot ident. What, not indent. Else will print f true, and then we can get an idea of what we're looking at. False, 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 or any true. There are true. So yeah, if it is a symbol, so if that would be the one right next to it. So which ones have symbols? 7 as a symbol. So is 7 true? 7 false. Yeah, well, I don't know. There's more than 1, so it's hard to tell. 6 plus yeah, it's right after 6, and then it goes 7. Yeah, it's really hard to tell like this. Yeah, well, okay. So right next to it, if it is a symbol, if it's not a symbol, then it's false. So we never, like, we'll just have something that for each one, where am I going to put it? So I'm going to put it, just put it right in here, actually. So we can do int, put it up here. Int, is valid equals 0. And then, yeah, so we really want to check if it is a symbol. Then we'll set is valid equals 1. And then we need to check each square around it. And at the end, if it's valid, we add it to this total. But we want also the ones next to it, so that makes it even more complicated. Okay, but we can find out if this particular one is valid. And if it's valid and any ones around it are digits, then those ones are valid as well. So, I feel like I should make another structure. Let's see. Does it? Does it? I don't think we ever have more than 3 digits in a row, right? So, I think we can use that. Yeah, so I'm going to make another structure. Struct. And this one is going to be just, yeah, sure. So it's going to have, 4. And this is just the, number. And then we're also going to have, what is the other thing that we need? We also need an is valid. And yes, we want to set it equal to false initially. Yeah, then at the end, we're going to need an array of them. Probably. Because, yeah, an array of them, and then we'll just go through the array. Yes, we can make like a stack. Is it worth making a stack or just an index? Yeah, maybe just valid stack, and this is just Sure, 1024. It doesn't really matter. And then we just need a valid stack index. And we'll set it to 0 initially. And basically, we'll just push it onto there essentially. So we'll just do valid stack stack index equals this, which is we can't do it like that though. So we'll need value val equals this, and we'll do dot valid equals valid, and then dot value. Is that what I called it? No, dot num. Dot num. Okay, shoot, but we need to get the next ones as well. So let's do num0 for now equals table wh dot value. And we'll set equal to value. Okay, and that should just basically append it to this. So we need to do plus plus here. And then at the end, we can just loop through the whole thing up to the stack index, and then add all the values of the ones that are valid. Okay, something like that. So yeah, we just need to check each one. Have some issues. So valid's undeclared. Where is it undeclared? Why is it not? Must be missing a semicolon actually. Expected that before struct. I spelled type wrong. Okay, so we have some more. It says elements. Oh yeah. Wait, no. So is it not dot value? It is dot value. Okay, so I messed that up. Value. It does have no. So why does it? We need to do. Why does it say no value? No. Okay, something is very wrong. So we cannot. Okay, I know what I did. Bro. All right. So then, yeah, we have val. Yeah, so this is an empty stack. It is a valid stack. There we go. Valid stack. It's valid stack. There we go. This needs to be value. Okay. Value stack set on you. That's okay. All right. So we have that then. That is what we need. So then, we need a way to, if we have a digit next to it, then we need to set that one to true as well, and we need to use the same one as that. So that's gonna make it hard though. Dang, this is quite complicated. Maybe. Maybe. What if we initialize this on each line? Like that. No, but we don't know if it is one of those. That's not gonna. We can do that. I'm not gonna worry about bringing it because it's not gonna be using that much memory. Okay, and then instead of this, we can do valid dot is valid equals that. And then dot num. Okay. Okay, so that should be pretty much the same thing. So it doesn't like that. Because it's not a pointer, so we can't really do that. Just do this thing. So size it. Can we do that? Yeah, okay. So that should still set it then. Okay. Alright, yeah, now we need to just check all around it. So what is the best way to do that? So if we have one index, so let me just do an example here. Let's say we're using this as the index, because that one's easy to look at. So that is, yeah, so it's 1, 2 over and 2 down, so the index would be 2, 2. And then we need to look 1, 2, 1, 1, okay, 1, 1, 1, 2, 1, 3, 2, 1. Yeah, so it doesn't go above 3. Okay, so basically the range is going to be, yeah, it's going to be 2 for loops, really. with 3 as the width, and then 3 as the height. Yeah. We just add that. Yeah, okay. So it's gonna be kind of weird, but it's gonna be. We can use I now since that's variable. And then we also need J. So if first we need to check if if table, no, it's a table. Yeah. If I equals W and J equals height. And that's not quite right. We want W and height. Then we just want to continue. Otherwise we can do stuff here. Okay. Otherwise. This is a lot of indentation, but yeah, otherwise we want to just look at if table ij ji equal dot ident equals symbol, and what set is valid equals to 1. Okay, and we can do this, and let's see if that compiles. So I need a semicolon in there. Okay, so it does compile, and does it set it properly? Is valid. Let's do that and get rid of this print statement and see. Do we have is valid? No, we don't have any, so that didn't work. No, because we actually need to use this. So we need to use W plus J. Height plus J. But we need to also subtract. So it needs to actually be start at negative. So yeah, we use integers for this. But that could be dangerous. Depending on where it is. So we do need to do boundary check. But yeah, we need to start at -1. -1 and go to 2. Yeah, because that'll be -1, 0, and yeah, so that'll be good then. W plus that. So yeah, that would be W plus -1, all that stuff. We are gonna go out of bounds here, but do we get anything that works? Yeah, so that is, I need to convert the size t to an integer. So yeah, this one is 17. Okay, and let's see. Is valid, is valid. Okay, let's do is valid and then print, see, let's print, yeah, the character value of table wj dot, okay, and let's see, so, is valid 5. Alright, let's see, so where's 5? This 5, so this is valid. Okay, and then 1 as well is the, but 4 should be valid. 4 is valid. So where's the 1 coming from? Yeah, I don't, there's not one valid 1 in here. So that's, we do get repeats as well. Because we're checking each one. 4 is the first valid. I don't quite understand how that works. Yeah, I think something's probably messed up. It is it's something. Maybe I should print oh yeah, but we don't have the boundary check. So let me check that as well. So basically if if W plus J is less than 0, or W plus J is greater than width, or H plus I is less than 0, or H plus I is greater than height, then we don't want to do anything. Okay. Otherwise, we'll do this stuff here. So that should do stuff. Sign expression. Okay, so what is H plus I? I need to actually do this. What do you think about reading 3 lines at the moment and then progressing so we can work with much larger inputs? How do you mean? Is it like just cutting these out? Or like that? Is that what you mean? I don't quite understand. It's always false. Okay, so why is that an unsigned expression? Alright, I can say why I need to cast it then. That should get rid of it. Yeah, okay. Because it could be. Instead of making matrix, just going 3 lines by 3 lines and checking for valid numbers. Seems more complicated to do though. Which one is it? You mean the going 3 lines by 3 lines? Yeah, I don't. Let me think actually. So I don't know. I'll probably just continue like this. I'm getting pretty close, I think. Getting somewhere. So yeah. So that should be in balance then. I don't know. I might have to do that though. This might get too complicated that it won't work. Yeah. So this is valid, but it's not a valid value. So that's not good, obviously. Because only the digit should be valid. So it should be a digit in here. Are we iterating that anywhere? This should not be J. It should be that. Okay. I mean, in real world, where it might be much larger, it would be better probably. But no need in this. Yeah. Obviously, a lot of things would be different in a real world application. Yeah. No need in this. Yeah. That would make a lot of sense in, yeah. For this though, it's really just quick and dirty kind of thing. Unless it's way too slow and then you have to refactor, but yeah. So the 7 is valid, okay. That is expected. Then 3 is valid. Okay, 3 is valid. 6 should be valid too though, so 5 is valid. Oh yeah, these two. Okay, so that is what it is. And then 6. Yeah, so why do we get is valid on ones that are not? So there is something definitely wrong with it. In which these are not being correct. Which is a little weird. I don't quite understand. But it does get the valid ones properly. So that is the thing then. Let's see if it's valid. Take this. Let's see what that picks up. Okay. Yeah, pretty much the same thing. So 7114. What is 7? Okay, yeah, 114 should not be valid. So that is not right then. Yeah, because we need to reset it. Yeah, okay. So we need to reset it at the end. Do it there then. And then there we go. So then it should be 735. Yeah. So I don't know what the extra ones are for though. Like why that happens. Because we should only be checking in if it is a digit, and all the digits should have a value. Unless something got messed up a lot, but it shouldn't be doing that. Well, I'll see. Let's see what I can do about this. So, okay. And then, yeah, then if it's valid, we also need to check if it's one of those. So maybe I'll make as well. We need to reset val as well at the end. At the end of a digit. Okay. This gets really complicated because you check if the next one's a digit and set that one equal to valid as well. We don't have that one yet. And then we need to look at that one as well and see if that is a digit. Well, if we just always look to the right, always look to the right. Okay. Then we could just merge that with ours. That could work. Let's make a val. It's gonna be 4. And then, yeah, we need to do this digit, then val 0 equals wh dot value. And then in here, if the one next to it is a digit. So actually we can check that here. If maybe store in struct num, where value will be stored as in IDs where it is located in a matrix. Yeah, okay. I see. So location. Okay, location. So how would I let me see this. Size DW. And yeah, we can store the width and height in the matrix. And then okay. So alright. Then we need to merge them at the end. Okay. Uh-huh. So val dot h. Okay. Then we can do that. Is valid. Okay. Then all the ones that are next to each other that are valid, we can set to that at the end. Okay. Let me see. If I get rid of this. Oh, you're already storing it in string. I'm stupid. I thought about storing it as an int and having ID separate. Just kind of like things. Yeah. Well, I think it might be easier to do it like that anyway. Like it's gonna require another loop over. But it's kind of complicated to check the next one while you're doing that, and then you have to skip over the next one as well. Maybe that wouldn't be that difficult. Yeah, I'm not sure actually. Now that I'm thinking about it, I don't know. Let me try this. Let me see if I now do this. Oops, I just can't here. If I do another loop here, let me just see. See if we get it right. So in the table, we just print. Let's just print the table right now. Without the new one. New one here. Oops. Oh, I messed that up. So C, and then I want table width and height. Dot. I did. Yeah. So this will actually be like that. I want to make sure it's the right table still. Val has no member. Width and height. Okay. Did I modify the wrong thing? I did. Okay. My bad. Okay, that's what I wanted to do. Each time you encounter a digit, implement while loop that will check if I plus 1 is not greater than length minus 1. And if it is a digit, just add it, increasing I in while loop. Okay, I see. Okay, yeah, I think I can do that. Let me see if that even works though. Yeah, I'm gonna see if this actually is doing anything that I think it's doing. So we have the table, but then we also need the. Yeah. Okay. Actually, I'm not gonna. I'm gonna do that then. Okay. Yeah. So I'm gonna store it like that, the number. And we'll generate the number here. Equals. Nope. I need to do it in here. So we'll get rid of this. Table width and height. Okay. Dot again. No, dot now. I think it's that. I don't remember. It is value. Okay, value. Okay, and I do set that here, so I think I'm gonna do that. Yeah, okay, and then in here, after we check all of those, if they're a symbol, then we can just go to the next one. Can be like those competitive program problems where a solution is usually like 30 lines of some weird code, but yeah, 100 plus lines. Yeah. Yeah, I didn't really know what it was either. Until I started doing it, obviously. Because this is my first time doing it. It is, yeah. It's not like the leet code kind of style of questions. Alright, I don't remember where it was then. Okay. Need the number index as well. Yeah, I can do this. Okay. And so yeah, what I'm gonna do wall table w8. So we want width plus 1 dot item. It's my first time too. I did a little bit of code forces, but that's it. I rarely program. Rarely program at all. So you don't trying to think. You don't program besides doing like competitive stuff, or how do you mean exactly? Yes. Oh, okay. Equals digit. Okay. Yeah, that's what I want. Well, that is digit. Then I want to do width plus plus, and also index plus 5. Do that first actually, and then set num index equals table width height dot value. All right, and that should also skip over it. But we also want to check if that's valid. So we need to kind of do that. Reprogram and all have really bad perfectionism right now in therapy, hoping it helps. Oh yeah, I see. Yeah, I don't have perfectionism at all, as you can tell. So that's not really a problem for me. But yeah, um, yeah. Hopefully your therapy does help. Yeah, so it's kind of just not exactly great, but I can just call this here. Just do that again, basically. Check if it's valid. Well, first, yeah, if not invalid, then we want to check this. And then at the end of that, whoops, the end of that, if it's not valid for any of them, then we don't even need to really worry about it. Yeah, so then if it's valid, then we'll do this. So yeah, we'll only get set after that. So yeah, so that should be fine then. Okay, so then we'll check for each one. We'll set it equal to that, and then it can just reset at the end if it is not right. Okay, let's see. What do I do wrong here? So, num. Aside doing RateLib, do you ever do Win32 directly? I want to learn it, trying to find some book that covers it. No, I've never used any. Well, I don't use Windows, so I don't really know how any of that stuff works. Yeah, I don't. So I don't have any book recommendations or any resources like that. Yeah, I'm sorry. I don't know. I don't know that much about Windows development. What's about use? Oh yeah, so we need l.num. Shoot, we need to set l.num. I don't know if I can do that. Covering everything, but order is needed to learn it. Yeah, I never even tried that. Because I never really did any development like that when I was using Windows, so that's not something I've ever had to worry about. Yeah. Okay, value stack set but not used. Yep. Yeah. All right. So that's not gonna work. We need to instead. Yeah. I mean, I can just. I can just do a string copy then. None. And then. Yeah. I was going to do num index equals. Do this instead. Equals this one. Okay. Oh, you don't have to provide that. Yeah. Yeah. So why is that? Besides object. No. So we don't want to do that. Yeah. And then I want to do this. Okay. Yeah. Let's set out. So let me run this now. Stack smashing. All right. So I messed something up bad. All right. Where does that happen? Probably in here actually. Okay, we did. There's one new line after that, and then all right. Dang, this is gonna be kind of hard to figure out where it's at. Might need to use a debugger for it. It's getting kind of messy though. Let's see, maybe I can do that. I think that's how you do that again. I don't ever use a debugger, so I do apologize. See, oops. And then A03 db. All right. Let's see. See if I can remember how to do this. I will break and let's see. So okay. So yeah, I need to figure. Okay. So run. Starting from the beginning. And then yeah, this isn't I think I missed something up. Do I need? Did I do? Remember how that works? Exit. All right. So break on. Okay, that looks a bit better. Step. I need to run it first. Step. Okay. Yeah. So we open the file. That is fine then. Okay. Okay. No, I don't want to go through all this. Maybe I should instead break it at this for loop. So 73. So I can stop. Maybe that's okay. Break on 73. Alright, and that's not 73, so I'm gonna need to restart it again. Okay, let me try this again. I think you can just do that. Yeah. Alright, and then rename. Step. Okay, so let's see if we can figure out where we're at. So I don't really know what I'm looking for, so I'm just gonna see what line it breaks in. I should probably also be checking if this is actually working. Okay. It might be, let's see, what would cause stack smashing? I haven't seen that error message very many times. Okay, alright, so it is valid, so that's why it added all that. And then do that. Okay. Shoot, now it's gonna go into that, isn't it? Yep, okay. Okay, printf new line. Now we're in here, okay. I don't know how to skip these. Okay, now we're back here. Back to that. Alright, so if you do next, actually, it skips over. Alright, that is good to know. Alright, surely we're close. Do you have time to now or later look at my code for day 2? You seem like you know your stuff in C. Well, I don't really know that much. I could look over it if you want. I do have my solution as well. It's up here if you want to look at that. But yeah, I mean, I could take a look at that. once I'm done debugging this at least. But yeah, if you post it on there, I can take a look. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'll look at it in a second. Alright, maybe there's a better way to do this. I just want to see where it fails at. Oh my gosh. Alright, maybe I really need to learn how to properly use a debugger. Surely we're close. Alright, I'm gonna quit that. Okay. I'll take a look at this and then I will do that. Printf best debugger. Yes. Okay, this is part 2. Okay, update 2. Let me take a look. Okay. RGB, alright. Okay, so yeah. Alright, not very long. Mine was actually pretty long. I don't know. Okay, so the variable names. Alright, so this is just that. I don't remember exactly what part 2 was. If I could open that back up. I could take a look. Part 2, so it was day 2, part 2. Alright, yeah, it was that thing. So yeah, you parse that, and what did you, yeah, so wasn't that much different doing that, it's just changing one place, right? If that, okay, so that is just checking if it's a digit. Okay. Game. So game in. Okay, that's just the number. Okay. Alright. That, and then where is the, alright, this is, alright, this is that. So this is, alright, so you allocate that. Where is size? Oh, just 250, okay. Scan it. Okay, so parse it. Alright, so that is what this is then. It's RGB. So what is, switch that. And S is what you pass in, okay. I see. Yeah, that's actually pretty good. Yeah. It's kind of hard to read since the single variable names. I have to keep going back to what it is. But obviously that's not very important with this. But yeah, I mean it's pretty simple. Mine was not very concise like that. That's the wrong one. Use bad name. Yeah. All good then. Okay. Yeah. Mine was not quite that nice. Yeah. Yeah. Mine was a bit of a mess. Let's see. That was, yeah, 125 lines. Yeah. This is only 81, so better than mine. Yeah. I mean that's pretty good. Yeah. Yeah. I mean it makes sense to me. Yeah. Good. Good. Okay, I'm gonna get back to this now. So, yeah, stack smashing. Day 3. Yeah, so that's not good. Where does that have? I want to be shorter, but yours is better if it was real life code, naming, reading from file, etc. Well, yeah, yours probably more optimized though, like the logic and such. You know, I try to use good variable names and stuff, but it was pretty dirty. Mine was pretty dirty. Okay, yeah. So why does it do that? Let's see. So where do we actually fail at? I might just need to put print statements everywhere and figure it out. Maybe I could put it right here. So I can just print each iteration of h. So that'll be the height. And I can do that. Okay, sure. And so 9. Okay, so it's actually right at the end. Alright, so I'm going to print the width now. It's going to print a bunch of times, though. Yeah, okay. So it's on the last one. At the 0 width. Thanks for the review. I like to get thought from somebody who actually knows. Yeah, well, I don't know very much, if I'm being honest. Yeah. I'm not exactly an expert in the field. But my program in C# and they do some crazy things like long names. Everything has class. So once I got into C, I just love naming it whatever. Yeah, that makes sense. I started with, well, I kind of started with C#, but I also kind of started with Java. It's kind of confusing, but yeah, kind of both of them. Depending on how you look at it, but yeah, I do know about the naming in those kinds of languages. Okay, so at 0. So that is on the 9th line. 9. Well, actually, that's the last one. Yeah, and then the first element. So that one is where it fails. So why did it fail? So it shouldn't be any of these. Shouldn't be in the digits. So, once I realized I don't have to have 100 photos and 1,000 clashes in each, my life was better. Yeah. C is nice. Sometimes, at least. Alright, is it from the string copy? If I don't do this, then what happens? Okay, so it still does that, so it's not bad. It's probably something to do with... Is num index going too far, perhaps? What if I don't iterate it here? Okay, so that is where it actually breaks. Let's print that. Do I need to reset it, actually? At the end, I could do that. But it should get reset in here. Each one. So that shouldn't be a problem. But maybe I could do that anyway. Right, let me print. And actually, I think it is that. Alright. So I can see. Yeah, okay. So it gets up to 9. So for some reason, it gets way too large. That is not good. It shouldn't ever go past 3. Yeah, it shouldn't go past 3. Yeah, that is not good, exactly. I didn't even do this, though. So this loop is not working out. W plus 1. You know what? We're just checking this the same time on each one, aren't we? So I need to do... I want to check this on... I need to do W plus plus here. Okay, so it still didn't fix it, but... Alright, let me see. So that gets to the end. So this is... So why are we going through this loop so many times? Because it should only... it's going to do that a bunch of times, but this should... It shouldn't be a digit anymore. Unless I'm doing that wrong. Plus 1. And this should just check if it's valid. We can actually break if we get an is valid there. Because we know it's valid, so... I don't think that's going to change anything, but I can do that. Alright, Okay. Yeah, so it's just iterating it. Does that? Well, because we are setting it here, so... yeah, so just... going through this too many times. Ident equals digit. Why is that happening? It's also here, so it thinks that this is a digit. So, something must be wrong. Wait, well, actually, let's do, well, the plus 1 greater than 0. Let's see, is less than, and that. Okay. Yeah, that didn't change anything. Okay. Uh-huh. Mm, I feel like this is wrong. Let me do one iteration of this and then break. Not right here. Okay. Table W, J, plus I. Let me do that. So spin it like that. Not right there. And I just want to see, actually I do want to break it. Okay, we want one iteration of it. So that doesn't work, because I need, the ident. Can I see what symbol is? I guess some macro, but my knowledge of macros is really bad. No, it's an enumerator. It's just an enum. And that's just kind of how I keep track of it. Yeah, it's just basically is an integer, but I can use it to represent with a word, something. So since this one, we have either a digit, a dot, or a symbol. Those are the only three things that there are. So that's how I'm setting it, basically. That is what it is. So if it's a symbol, then we know that the digit is valid. If that makes sense. Okay, let me try that. Okay, let me not print the new line. Okay, so it did make sense. So it's always a digit. That's not good. Oh, but we do continue there, so that is why. See, that's not good exactly. Ooh, but we do need to check the boundaries. So I can do that first. Hey there, how are you doing, Salonki? If I can call you that. If I said that even right. That doesn't work. So that they're not out of bounds. That's good, but it doesn't work. It's actually so it thinks that they're all bad. But we are going through the same one multiple times, so there should really only be 9 here though, because this is just checking if it's equal to that. You made language. It's something I want to try, but have no clue how to parse and then actually use it. Yeah. Well, I mean, I did not know either until I learned it actually on stream how it works. I still have a lot to learn, but yeah, I just kind of jumped into it and figured it out as I went along. Okay. Okay. Uh, that's actually what I want to print. That's why it's printing the same. I am kind of stupid. Okay. I want to print that. No. I was doing it right. Yeah. I thought I was doing this, but that's not right. Yeah, that does that, though. So why do we do this so many times? That's what I need to know. We don't print. That is. Oh, because we break it. Why do we print so many new lines? Because we print a new line. That's up here where we print a new line? Yeah, I can get rid of that because we don't need to put that in. Okay. Which day are you? I'm on day 3 right now. Yeah, I was a little late. I started it yesterday, so yeah, I'm only on day 3. yeah, day 3, part 1. So I'm trying to figure this out. Basically, what I'm doing is I have a two-dimensional array, and then I fill it with all these in their corresponding things with this enumerator. So it could be a digit, a dot, or a symbol. And right now I'm trying to figure out how to work with that. Yeah, that's basically what I'm doing now. That is what I'm doing. Okay. All right, let me get rid of this. Actually, no, because this is still getting too large. So 0, 0. Yeah, so it's always a digit. That's not right. No, that is right with this, but no. Yeah, okay. That should be a digit. Okay, okay. But why does it do it so many times? Is it always being set to a digit? I thought I looped over it and made sure it wasn't, but I suppose it could still be happening. So, yeah. Yeah, it shouldn't be, but it could be. Let me try that again. Try printing out the table. So just print it like this. Just with. Okay, I already did this, but it should be table. And actually, I do have it backwards, so. No, I don't, because I copied it. All right. Dot item. All right. So this should be right. And if it is, then the problem is not in there. Okay. Yeah. So if I get rid of this now, don't want to print anything but that. Okay. So here's what we've got, and that's not right at all. It's completely wrong. Oh, why is it like that now? Ah, shoot. It was working. Do I have this backwards? Nope, that's not what it is. It is a square though, so that shouldn't even matter. I don't need to slice this here. So what happened? Because it was working. Did I? What did I do wrong? Did height? Yeah, because so that's always what the problem is. Yeah, I don't know what happened. Because this was working. So yeah, we make a symbol. And the ident should be one of those. Yeah, but we're never setting the dot. So the digit. Is it counting a dot as a digit? Is that a thing? Character. I spelled that wrong. Okay. Okay, and let's see. So, no, it never prints a dot. So it shouldn't. Oh, how did this happen? Oh my gosh. Okay. Okay. Now the table should be right. Yep. Now it's right. Okay. Okay, that happened. So that's what the issue was. This was just somehow that got changed to digit instead of dot. Okay. Because it was right before. I knew that because I looped over it. All right. So now, this should at least somewhat work. Okay. That's still not quite right because this isn't supposed to get over 3. But yes, if I do this now, is it gonna break it? Yeah. So I can't do that. So it is going a little too far. But we are close. So, can I print the no here? I don't know if it'll work because I don't think it has the null termination character. It always do be those little stupid mistakes. Yet for real. Oh man. Every time, like, always the thing that takes the longest to debug is just you put the wrong identifier or something like that. That's happened many a times. Okay, yes, that's not right. So it should always be, more than that. So, oh, you know what? This is, I'm iterating it twice. That's not good. Okay, there we go. That looks good. So those should be the digits then. It should be generating them, and if they are valid. So let's print it only if it's valid. Hi, 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 how are you doing? Alright, and then we should only be printing the valid ones. And it looks actually like that might be the case. 35 and then 633. Okay. 617. Okay. And actually we have it here. So we don't even need the stack. We can just add that to the total. Okay. So yeah. Every other number. Okay. Yeah, so let's make a sum then. Sum. Starting at 0, and we just do sum plus equals. Holy no. Alright, let's see. And I have to print the sum at the end. So just n and f sum. And let's see what the number is. 4361. 4361. Oh shoot. Okay. Yeah, so that actually made it simpler than I thought. Because of the values. Okay. Yeah, because I was pushing it onto a stack, but I didn't need to do that because I could just do that there. Alright, let me see if it works. I'm gonna try it. So I think I already have the actual input though. Oh yeah, I do have it. Okay, so I just need to change this. I need to find regular input. Is just input.txt. Okay. Moment of truth. Yeah, it's really messy, but let's see. 0. Okay. Yeah, that didn't work. It actually okay, it must not have read properly. So I should probably check that. Okay, so why is it 0? Yeah, so it did not read properly. Probably because input.txt is not right. Let's see. Dale 3. Yeah, that should be right. Did I do something wrong here? Input.txt. What is this? Let me. Alright, and it's nothing. So, yeah, something is very wrong. So why is that? Length is 0. Okay, yeah. So it's not reading it properly. Because I didn't save the file. Okay, yeah, it broke again. But we did that. So where is that at? See, where am I even printing stuff? So I have just this here, the number. Is that all of it? You know what? Shoot. Wait, is that this? Hang on. Why is it stamp smashing there? Okay. Well, so I don't know why it's doing that, but I can see if this is right. It's probably not, considering things, but I can try it. Uh-oh. Oh, shoot, it was actually right. Is your matrix big? Well, it should be, because it was right, so, it was, but, yeah, because it gets adjusted based on this, and I checked and made sure it is square, so, yeah, it should be right, and it was. It did work. I don't know why it did that, though, so something was out of bounds. Perhaps the num. No, I don't think so. Yeah, I don't know why it did that at the end, after all this. That is very strange. This is not in the loop or anything, so yeah, that's pretty weird. Yeah, I don't know why I did that, but I got that right. So let's go. First try. Okay, so the engineer finds the missing part and installs it in the engine. As the engine springs to life, you jump in the closet gondola, finally ready to ascend to the water source. You don't seem to be going very fast though. Maybe something is still wrong. Fortunately, the gondola has a plane labeled help. Finally, ready to ascend to the water source. You don't seem to be going very fast. Oh, wait, I just read that already. Before you can explain the situation, she suggests that you look out the window. There stands the engineer holding a phone in one hand and waving with the other. You're going so slowly that you haven't even left the station. You exit. Okay. The missing part wasn't the only issue. One of the gears in the engine is wrong. A gear is any that symbol that is adjacent to exactly two part numbers. Its gear ratio is the result of multiplying those two numbers together. You need to find the gear ratio of every gear and add them all up so that the engineer can figure out which can figure out which gear needs to be replaced. Consider the same one again. There are two gears. First is in the top left. It has part numbers that and 35, so its gear ratio is that. Second gear is in the lower right. Okay, its gear ratio is that. Is not a gear because it's only adjacent to one part number. What does this mean? Okay. 617. Okay, so it has to be adjacent to 2. Alright. I see. I can't even get all of those. How do you mean? Alright. Well, I'm going to attempt this then. So let me just paste day03A to day03B, and I will work on that. But first, I need to go to the bathroom, so I'll be right back. Whoops. Day03B. Alright, yeah, so I'll be right back. Okay, let's get into this. So, the input all, I suppose, is the same. So, basically, we need to look, we need to have one more thing. It's a gear. Gear. Which is not a symbol. The symbols don't really matter anymore. But I'll still leave it in because I'm not going to just remove it. And then we'll just check this here. Else if, content I equals one of those. Then, yeah, we're just going to create it like this. Except the identifier is a gear. Okay, and then we need to look at the numbers that are adjacent to a gear. Okay, so, well, maybe it'd be easier to look at the gears that are next to a number. Because it needs to be next to two numbers. So, what's the best way to do that? You can't get the full number in a list? How do you mean? How do you mean? Okay. Yeah, I feel like it's gonna be easier to refactor it to look for those. So since we're not using that, I could kind of comment out and just use parts of it. Yeah, I could do that. Go here and just do that, and there we go. So now we have just this, and that didn't comment out, so something is not right here. Whoops, it's because I did that backwards. There we go. Okay, and then yeah, so I can check if table with height ident equals gear. Then we want to check all around it, like we do here, which did work. So it worked. Yeah, and we're gonna check if it is a digit. Then is valid. Okay, because we You can also use the built-in function. Well, actually, I think it's in the library, but a toy ASCII to int, and you can put a string in there, and it will convert it to an integer if you don't want to do all that. Yeah, like you can just put 12 in here, and that will convert it. And it's pretty like as long as your string is valid, then it is reliable. Yeah, don't know much. That's fair. Okay, so if it is a digit, then we're good. But then we need to also generate the digit value. So, yeah, we need to, that might make it more complicated. Maybe. Yeah, maybe that, let's see. Not able to get the string to be working without getting an error. Could you perhaps, like, send some of your code or something like that? Could take a look at it. Because I don't understand exactly what you need. Yeah. Okay, so because perhaps you're trying to print it or something, if that's what you mean, and there's no null termination at the end, that could be a problem. But I don't know if that's what you mean. Okay, so we can check that, and it's valid, but we don't have the digit value of it, so we need a way to get that. But here we have that. Okay, maybe I'll use this instead. I can get rid of this for now. That one. Okay, we'll use this, and we'll check, instead of for symbol, check for gear, and gear. But we need 2 digits around it to be that. So if it's gonna be another nest, but if we check that it is a gear, and then in the gear, we check if there is another integer around it, that is not equal to the same one, then, yeah, I mean, if we check that, we could also generate that number, which is kind of dirty. Yeah, but I really don't want to separate out functions and such. GitHub/Pastebin. Well, Pastebin is a website and GitHub is a website. Okay, I think I'm going to do that. Even though it's really bad, but I'm going to do it anyway. Okay. So yeah, if we do have a gear, we'll do this, and we'll check around that. Alright. We don't need to check if there is a gear, though, because that doesn't matter to us. But we do have the number. And then we need to check if it's a digit. So actually, I'll bring that back and check if it is a digit. And then I just want to generate the digit in here. So I need this in there now. But we don't want to check all that for the digit. We just want to generate the number for it. Actually, is there any that are next to 3? No, I don't think so. There should not be. Okay. Yeah, so that should be fine then. So we want, okay, this is, yeah. Then we just want to do this. Day 4 part 1 seems really easy. Okay, that is good to hear. Okay, yeah, if it's digit, we want to do this. And it's always going to be, no, it's not always going to be the one next to it, though. To the right. Because it could be to the left. Okay, so I'll just do a second while. Yeah, just one to check the right and one to check the left. Which, yeah, I really don't like this, but I'm doing it anyway. Because I don't care. Alright, that is valid. I can leave that in there. Worst part of this in C is parsing, at least for me. Yeah, C, it does make parsing a bit more difficult. That's really, like, the main place that it's lacking compared to most other languages is good string parsing ability. I don't know how that got so messed up. Look at these indents. Holy moly. Okay. So if it's a digit, and yes, this needs to be -1. So this needs to be then greater than 0. So sort of checking both sides. Then we want to generate this. So we want to do w plus and oops, and w minus. Okay, that's what we want. So it set is valid equal to 1 here, but we don't want to do that necessarily. Actually, we do want to do that. Then we can check if it is valid. When we get here, then we'll do this. Otherwise, we can just break there and we don't have to worry about this. Yeah, I think that would make sense. Okay, we need to do this, and then we can do this and set the number. But this is going to be the second number, because the first number is actually, shoot. First number is generated here, so we need num1 and num2. Okay, yeah, lt num2 index. And then, yeah, num2. Okay. And then we can set the second number. This is, yeah. This is certainly a thing. Okay, and then we should have number 1 and number 2. So, yeah, so we can do if is valid, then I want to do all this stuff. So let me go to the end of the while loop, which ends here, I believe. I believe so. Yep. Okay. End of that. Okay, otherwise we can just skip over it. Actually, we can go through all this stuff, right? Otherwise, yeah, we can just continue. So we don't even have to do anything else there. If is valid, then we'll set is valid equals 0. So we can reset it here. And then at the end, we just want to check if it's valid. Okay, so this is a bit of a mess, and I don't think it's going to work first try. Well, obviously it didn't, but yeah, else without a previous if. Where is that at? Where is that at? Oh, it actually says the line number. So, what? Oh, yeah, there we go. Okay. Variable value stack set. Yeah, that's okay. On variable num2 index. So I need to use that. Yeah, num index. Num2 index and num2 index. Okay. Hey ho, let's go. How are you doing? Num27 I use. Okay, because I need to use number 2. So, let me print out num and num2. Yeah, so then I'll set that here as well. Num2 index. Then do this as well. Which that doesn't really matter because we're doing stuff now, but I will add that anyway. Doing great. Great to hear. Glad to hear that. I'm doing great as well. Okay, so let me see what happens then. Sum is that. So that's a sum. We don't care about that. But I do want it to be valid. So they should only be the valid numbers. Which doesn't seem right to me. But let me actually take, so we don't want, yeah, that's a really big number. We don't want the sum. We want the first number multiplied by the second number. So shoot. Actually, this isn't gonna work, is it? Yeah, I messed stuff up really bad. Didn't I? I'm pretty sure I did. But this equals num1 times, actually we need a toy num times a toy num2. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that is not right at all. Sum is 0. So we do get we get something interesting there. So something must be invalid or something. Sum. Oh yeah, 2 is always not. So yeah, num2 is not right. Okay, so something here is not good then. So that's why it's always 0. But we shouldn't be here. So that equals 1. Ooh, we want to set that actually in here. And then that should skip over any other ones. Okay. Yeah, so that didn't change anything. But yeah, we should only be here if it is valid. We don't want to set this. No, we do want to set that, right? Yeah, because that's where we configure that one. So we do get the first one. I'm not sure it's all quite right. We get it. Okay. So. Okay. So let's see. Is valid. Did I mess something up here? Num2. Yeah, that should be fine. Yeah, so I don't know why it's not generating anything. So this is never called then? Which, okay. Yeah, it's kind of just a joke now at this point, with all this, but, I don't even know how to debug this at this point. Do I check in here if it is valid? No, I don't do that, so that's not the issue. We may be breaking somewhere where we shouldn't be. Probably with this. That could be part of it. Yeah, maybe I'll get rid of the bricks. Yeah, because we don't want to... no, that didn't even do anything, though. So, yeah. Maybe I'll put them back. Because they don't... How do you use NeoVim without any auto-completion or assistance in general? Well, I never really used any auto-completion or anything like that. So I just am used to not doing that. Like, I used to use VS Code or whatever, and I never set that up because I'm too lazy. And yeah, so I just never used it, so I'm used to not using it. Well, I mean, there is some, like, it can autocomplete words, like, if I do that, bam, autocomplete. But yeah, not, like, anything very sophisticated. Yeah. I don't know. That's just how I am. So, yeah, we must never make it in. Well, we might make it in yet. Alright, let me not print it out here. That is being called many a time. Where are we printing a new line? Sum 0. Alright, so yeah, we never even make it in there. So something is not right there. So, do we never... Let's see, we should make it in here because we get... Print some stuff out. Yes. Alright, so we make it there. Let me add the new line. We should make it here as well. Oh, shoot. You know what? No, wait. If it's valid. Oh, wait a minute. I need to do this. There we go. Yeah, I think that is what I wanted to do. Okay. Yeah, that's still not right. It's not the right number. But it is something. Yeah, so I'm gonna broke stuff trying to mess around. We did get somewhere. We made it somewhere. So let's see what we can print out now. That is not the right number by far. So, yeah, we still get a lot of these here. Yeah, so these numbers are not being generated properly. So that is clearly the issue. Maybe there should be an if, and then we, symbol auto completion. Let's go. Yeah, maybe I should do this and then check here if num2 index greater than 0, equals 0. Then just do this. Yeah, so just add another layer of indentation. And that changed stuff. Okay, so now we never get that. But yeah, these are all 1 digit, which is not correct. Yeah, a lot of these things are very messed up. 124,000. And we're looking for 467,000. How is there so many numbers? I don't quite understand that. You know what? It's because I'm using the actual input. I want to be using the test input right now. So that is... I was wondering why it was so much. 3 and 8. Okay. Yeah. So, yeah, we get 3 and 8. So, we are not too bad. So, we get the last one there. And then... I see. So, 335 and 58. Why did we get 58? And where's 335? I don't even see that. Yeah, so something is definitely not right there. Considering that. Okay, so the first number is not working either. So, well, that is digit. Okay, it's valid. Okay. 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 Yeah. Having a hard time reading other people's codes. Hey, well, I could also take a look at it. Where is the issue specifically? Hey, let me look at what you said. Equals. Oh, yeah, this part. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, because it's gonna be uninitialized then, so it doesn't know what the size is. Yeah, that's probably part of the problem. I'm not gonna really read through it because Don't know exactly. Oh, I guess not very long. So I should be 140 for puzzle. Okay. Oh, I see. That could also be like a macro. That might be easier to change. Yeah. All right. So it is square. So you did that. That's all good. Yeah, that's probably where your problem is. I would agree with that. I don't need day 2 open. Okay, so yeah, we get that. So this is not being generated properly. And neither is that one. So, why is that? Actually, let me get rid of this one and see what is that. Okay, so that doesn't work. Because I need to. I know why that actually happened. Because we are doing this with the number x. Okay, so maybe. Okay. Huh. 598. What is that? 55. Yeah, so we're getting the first one twice. All right, so that is not working. So perhaps actually, am I using the? No, I'm not using that. That's not the issue. Num index is that plus plus. We in each iteration. Okay, 3 3 3 3 5. Where is the 3 3 5? I don't quite understand. 3 5. Yeah. So we're reading 3 5, and then we get the first one twice. And then 755. That is actually right. That is right. But then it becomes 585. 585. Because it starts reading. Okay. That's not right. Okay. Yeah, so something is very horribly wrong here. Very horribly wrong. Let me see if I can get just the first number. If I change this to that, it's not going to be true. So then we should get just the first number. And I don't print it out now, so. Okay, 735, 755, 598. 7, alright. So that is right. And then where is, so this, we don't generate the second one like that. Okay. Okay. Yeah, so we can't, kind of need to do this a second time. Okay. Yeah, kind of just need to do that. I'm just gonna copy it and paste it. Because, yeah. Yeah, then we're gonna have to wrap it in an if statement as well. Alright, yeah, because we're gonna need if, num index, equals 0. Then we'll do this. 3 and then something. Okay, something like that. And then we need to close it. There we go. Okay. That's a little weird. Let's see what happens now. Okay. Yeah, so I didn't even fix anything. So, yeah, you know what? Because this needs to generate backwards as well. Maybe equals 1. Because we do get the third one. uh. 735. Yeah, because we generate that properly. Generate second properly, but this one we're not generating. Because we're not going backwards. But we need to go backwards. Oh, because I didn't even change this to be backwards. Minus 1. 0. Minus 1. Minus Okay, something like that. Should be good then. Almost. I think this needs to be 1, right? Then it leaves forever, so that's not good. Ooh, 76. So we get 6. 6. Alright, and then the next one is 4. So I need to decrement somewhere. Yeah, this indentation got really messed up. Yeah, right there. That's still not quite right. 2 more, I think. Okay, good enough. So, yeah, if it's 1, subtract 1. Okay, okay. It's valid. No, because we set is valid equal to 0 there. Maybe we don't want the is valid. Actually, this should be the opposite, right? We want to check that every time. Alright, yeah, actually that doesn't, let me comment this block out, actually. Maybe I'll just remove it, because it's just the same as up there, so I can just bring it back. Because that is all that we should need to generate the value. So, yeah, and it still loops forever. If none, then wall. But we decrement that, so why does it loop forever? Oh, but you know what? It's not looping forever in here. Yeah, out here. Ooh, because we're trying to iterate that. Oh, shoot. 0 needs to be that as well. Alright, yes, then we generate the number. Yeah. So, yeah, that is what the issue is then. So then we're iterating it by 1, and then we're just going back to that. So that is obviously not good. But we do have it. But then it goes back to where it was. So, So yeah, I need to kind of just go back then. So after the word, just do plus equals 3. That's a little. Well, why is that always true? Alright, so we did generate these properly. But now we don't generate all of these. This needs to be. Okay, yeah, so now we're not generating that again. But we do generate the first one properly, so. Oh shoot, but it's backwards, so we need to reverse it. Oh dang. Okay. I'll have to get some sleep. See, have a good night. So yeah, we need to reverse it if we are in here. So after that, yeah, I just need to make like a reverse thing. Is there one in strength.h? Or do I have to implement it? Alright, let me try it. Stir rev, no. Okay, yeah, it's not, I don't think it exists. I think there was something with it. Is there just like an implementation of it? Because I want to just copy it, because I don't want to write one right now. It's not very complicated, right? And I think my internet is dying. Because it's not loading, so. Okay, yeah, I'll just kind of, thank you. Yes. Stolen. Just, so I feel better about it. Alright, stir red. And then I should be able to call that. And it should return the reverse of it. So hopefully it does. Stir red, no. Okay. So let me see now. 467, okay. Okay, 467. 335, so that's not right. It's only supposed to be 35. So I don't know why it's that. 617. That one is not right. But it's not gonna be is valid, so that is fine. Yeah, let me spin with it's valid. So we get, yeah, 335 is valid. Which it shouldn't be 335 though. So, and where is num2? Oh yeah, we didn't generate num2. So 335 and 58. Why is 58? Oh, it's from down here though, I think. Yeah, so I think there's some issues with it. We're getting something though. Let's see, we actually do generate them out here. So let me print them out here, because I can see them up there. So yeah, we have that, whoops, I closed it. Okay, so yeah, and then 58, I'm not sure where that's coming from. Like, why is 58 valid? There's nothing around here that is 58. Whoops. So let me try to get this working now. So I can kind of just take this, same thing, because I need to put it in here now. Yeah. Okay, yeah, it still doesn't generate the right thing. So why, can you one. Alright, that is something. So 895, that is a number that is in here, I think. Maybe it's not. 985 though. Nope. I don't know where that comes from. No, 598 rather. That is in there, so we need to reverse it. Yeah, we need to reverse it in here. So red, 1, 2. Okay, and then that should be valid there. Yeah, 598. Okay. It's just this one's not right. So, we're getting somewhere though. Getting somewhere. Let me only print it in here now. In the is valid. Okay, we get 5 and 598. So that is not quite right. Because we should have 755. Yeah. So that one's not right. And then we get 35, which is right for here. But then this is not. Actually, I need to do not 3, but rather 2 next. That's 1, I think. Yeah, gonna have to do that. And here as well. Because it could be less than that. Can I please know what the distro is? Otherwise, you seem to be getting closer to finding the solution. The current distro that I'm using, Arch Linux. Yeah. I'll show 3 different ones. Yeah, that is what I'm using. Love the text file strategy. I don't know what you mean by that exactly. You mean reading it from a text file or what? Okay. Let's see, 4, 1, 2, index, -1. Okay. Hopefully that is right as well, because I don't know for sure. Alright, and let's see. So now, 35 and 58. So I'm not sure where the 58 is. 58 is here. Why is it grabbing that? I don't quite understand. But the 35, that is good. And the 598. Okay, so we have 2 numbers that are right. So that's pretty close. I mean, you know. Okay. Pretty close. Yeah, so that... okay. So we only have 2 more to get. We need to get this one, and we need to get 755. So I don't know why it's getting 58. I'm not sure what the reason behind that is. Because that is not surrounding any of these. It doesn't get this one because it doesn't become valid. It should get that one though, so I don't know why that is not. But instead of this, we can do if num2 index equals 1, really equals 0. Let's see. Right, wait, is that closer actually? No, that's the same thing. Okay, didn't change anything. Alright, let me go back. It is valid. If not, it's valid. I don't remember exactly. Yeah, that doesn't change anything. So, that is not valid though. So, because because it would be set to is valid here. If not is valid, then it gets set to no, but it might not be valid still. So that should be fine checking it here. If it's not valid, then we'll set it here and it will become valid. Where do we set? Yeah, is valid equals 1. So that should be fine. That should be good there. So it's just with generating the numbers. It is not working. Let me print this one and only this one. And let's see what happens. Alright, 467. So we do get that. Then we have 35. So we have both those next to each other. Yeah, but they are separately. So, yeah, why would that happen? Then we have 617, which would be discarded. That is correct. And then 755 and 598. And we do get 58 as well. And I don't know why. I don't know why we get this, because it is not surrounded at all by a gear. So I don't know where that's coming from. But the rest of them are there. They're just not properly there. If that makes sense. So I'm very close, right there. So the sum that we're looking for right now is that 467, 835. And I think I'm doing all that right. So I just need to figure out why it's not getting the number. If that makes sense. So I might be checking this wrong. I mean, that should be fine. So if it's 1, then we need to generate it backwards, is what that means essentially. Yeah. It's 1, generate backwards. Yep, that's all fine. Okay. But why does it not generate num2 here? So when we read this one, it should be that one as well. But we must be skipping over this. So print that. I think it's actually a size t, so let's use zoo. Okay, let's see. So num index equals that. And I need a new line. Okay, that's everything. Num index equals 1. Alright, so we do enter in here when it's 1, and then we generate that. So that's all fine. So then we're not generating this properly in here. Let's print is valid as well. Is valid equals, that is an integer, so is valid is 0. Okay, so we do enter both of these, and that is how it should be. But we're not generating that. So, actually, why are we doing this? Because we already know that it's a gear. So we just want to check if it's a digit, right? I think so, because, so we're on a gear already. We don't care if anything around it is a gear. Instead, we care if it's a digit. I think. Yeah, because the one that we're on is that. Let me try this. So, yeah, that didn't change anything. Which is kind of weird that it didn't change anything. Because that's where we're at. No, because we're on a digit right now. So, yeah. But then we're looking around the digit. So that's not what we want to do. That is not right. I see. Yeah, so we're not checking this in the right place at all. Because the one that we're current... Okay. But... Yeah, so we need to check this one level higher, essentially. So... So, yeah. Right now, we're in here. It's a digit, actually. So, yeah. But then we search for a gear. Yes, okay. Why do we generate these ones together? I still don't understand how that happened. Where is the 58? The 58 is up here, and for some reason that gets mixed with that. So I don't know what that's about. But, yeah, because we're not doing this from the perspective of a gear. We're doing it, so we need to find the gear, find all the numbers around the gear that are not equal to itself. Actually, we need, yeah. Okay, we do actually check that properly. So, okay, that, actually, this isn't right. Because we're checking this, But that's not a digit, so that's why. So we need to do plus I plus 1. Plus 1, yeah. And then height plus j. No. No, I did that backwards actually. This one's j. Yes. Okay. I think that is right there. So this needs to be plus j minus 1. Plus j and plus I. Yeah, okay. So I think actually then. Okay, well that changed some stuff. It made it less right, but that's okay. Yeah, so I did mess something up in here. So this needs to be, yeah, because we're not on the width plus j value. It's I value. It's I plus j. Okay. Still not right, but, so we get the first number right. We need to generate the second number in here, because that's where it's going to be generated. So I'm checking something else wrong here. So if that, plus that is that, we need to check that up here as well. Actually down here. So yeah, because this is where it's going to be done at. So yeah, we need to do the same thing. So yeah, plus j, plus j plus 1, plus j, plus I, and plus j, plus j, plus I, plus j. Okay, so let's see what happens now. Okay, yeah, it still isn't working. Still is not working, but I'm pretty sure that is more right because we're getting it from the right location. So that is what I wanted. We are generating more stuff here as well, but so in here we're supposed to generate that and we don't. So something else is very wrong. Width and height dot ident. Because that is no, we don't want width and height, right? We want width plus I or plus j plus I. And that didn't change anything still. But that's what we're looking at, because that is in here. Shoot, we might have to do might have to do some weird stuff here. We don't actually want to iterate this then. We do want to iterate that. Okay. But we can't use I again though. So that is actually breaking stuff, so that's not good. K and P. Sure. And let's see. So yeah, I still want to use whoops. So I need to actually change for the whole thing. Okay, so, wait, whoops, dang. So I just want space I. Nope, that's not right. Okay, that's gonna be hard to query replace, but it's gonna be also hard to not query replace. Okay, okay. Ugh, I really need this all. Okay, and then this is P, 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 K, P, K, P, 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 K. That is, well, this isn't right. P plus K, and there we go. Okay, so I think, up here as well, P, and the first one is P as well, and this needs to be P, and this needs to be P, and this needs to be P, and this needs to be K, and there we go. Okay, yeah, I didn't even think about that, which is a very important thing to think about, because you can't reuse those. So, here as well. K, K, not gonna say that again. Okay. So this one's K. It's P. Okay, yeah. Very entertaining stuff. P and that, okay. Okay. Alright, almost there. P and K. Alright. I think that is right then. Hopefully. Yeah, it still didn't change anything, but it is more right. So now I need to figure out what's going on again because I don't remember because I got very distracted. Okay, while that yeah. So we don't generate the number at all. 35. Where is 35? That's here. So that is generated on the second one, and we get a 3 as well. Where is that from? So yeah, something is not right. I feel like I need to just start over because this is not right. Why didn't I do it? Wait, why didn't I start at the gear, search around it, and generate the number based on that? Why did I not do that? Yeah, I don't know. I feel like I should do that. Yeah. I might try to do that actually. Because I can do that right in here actually. So, no, not right in there. I can just time this whole thing out. And I might come back to it. So I'm not going to delete it. Even though it is, oh man, that is horrible. Horrible stuff. But I want to get rid of it. So, let's see, how can I do that? Yeah. What in the world? Why can't, bubbles. Okay, something like that. Okay, there we go. So in here, it's actually lagging stuff. Again, equals here. Okay, it's kind of starting over. All right, then we need to check all these things. So yeah, we can just kind of yank hold of this, put it in there. Okay, we want to check if it's digit, and then we want to generate the digit based on that. So we could go forwards or backwards. So that is the thing. So we don't want is valid equals 1 yet. We want to generate the digit, and then if there's 2. So actually, is valid plus equals 1. Yeah, okay, and then if it's 2, then we know we're good. At the end, yeah. So at the end of it, we can do if is valid equals 2, then we know we're good, and we can just print f. Yeah, just print each of the numbers. Num and num2. Alright, so then we can generate them in here. So we need to actually initialize them though. So num4 and num2, and we also need the indexes. Index and num2 index. Okay. Okay. So yeah, we can do this. Plus equals 1. And just generate the digit from there. So we need to basically do this while loop that we had in here. So yeah, we had this one. These two right here. So just grab those. Do this. Whoops. Okay, and unindent it a lot. One. Okay, and now it's wrong. Okay. So yeah, we can do that. Except it is J. Yeah, so basically undoing this again. Okay. Hopefully I do it right. Okay, something like that. And let's see. We'll get some errors if we do so. Use variable val, that's okay, we can get rid of that. Stack index is unused and num index on. Alright, that is fine. So yeah, we want to do this. Okay. Can do this a few different ways, but for now I'm just gonna do num. And num index. That is gonna make it a bit easier right now. Num index. Okay, so if I do that, okay, num2 index. Yeah, this needs to be just done. Okay. So I can run that, and we're not gonna get anything right now. Where are we printing this? Are we printing stuff down here? Oh yeah, the sum, but what are we printing on each iteration? Shouldn't be printing this. But we are. Why did we? Okay. why is valid equal to 2? Well, we just get 35 a bunch of time. Okay, that's fine. So basically, I'm just gonna do a really basic thing here. Just if is valid equals 0, no, equals 1 now, then we'll do this. Otherwise, we're gonna do the exact same thing, but with num2. So yeah, let me just... I think I might have... No, that was right. Okay. But change this to num2. Num2. Okay, something like that. And let's see. Stack smashing. Okay, so yeah, I think we need to break at some point. We might also need to reset is valid. So, is valid equals 0. Okay, we get 55 and 538. So 538. 538. So 835. 538. There's not any. Okay, so I don't know what that's from exactly. The 35 makes sense. No, so we get 55 and 358. 55. I don't know where the 358 is from though. Okay, well, we're doing something. So is valid. And that should be reset. Shoot, we need to do this in here though. So I can reset each time. Yeah. Let's do undeclared. Actually, yeah, that needs to be whoops. Right there. Whoops, and there you go. Okay, yeah, that didn't change anything. But that is more right, I think. More is right. So is valid equals 0 to start. Yeah. So actually, if it equals 1. Wait, shoot. No, hang on. If is valid equals 1. Then that means it was 0 before, so that's fine. Let's do that. Okay, we only do this once. So that means we only encounter a gear once. Well, no. How many times do we encounter a gear? So let me... Gear. We just print that out. And we should get 3, I think. Gear, and gear. Okay. Gear and 35. So we get the first one and we get 35. But we don't generate the second number for that. For a reason. Some reason. So I'm probably doing something wrong in here. So, why? So we generate the first one. Shoot, actually. Do I break somewhere? I don't think so. No. Do I want to, though? By the way, how do you intend to handle stars that could be next to more than 2 part numbers? Shoot. I didn't even think about that. Oh, balls. Yeah. Yeah, just the first 2. Dang, okay. Hmm. Well, I can check if it... And they have to be next to 2 for it to count. So I can just check. I can just check if it is greater than 2. Well, yeah, I'm saying this. So, yeah. Because I just need 2. So at the end, if it's next to more than 2, or less than 2, then it's not valid. Because, yeah, exactly 2 part numbers. So I think it's fine, yeah? Unless I'm not understanding. 5. Okay, so 2, no, 2. Okay. I need to actually do for safety. Okay. Alright, so I think there's probably, some reason I thought you were checking is valid equals 2 after each time it could go up. No. Yes, that's not what I was doing. Yeah. I see what you mean though. See where that would come from. Okay. Do I need to do this? I don't think. I don't know. Let me do it without that. Okay. We get 55. Yeah, so, yeah, that's not right. Alright. That's not right either though, so. But then, after that, we want to set it back to what it was before. We don't want to encounter that again. Yeah, I think I can do. I think I'm supposed to do that. Yeah, no, okay, then it's gonna loop, right? Or maybe something else. Yeah. So yeah, I think it gets stuck in a loop when I do that. Maybe the full thing. Because I have to go back somehow. Maybe I need to just store it. Yeah, because that's just looping, and causing problems. So that's one. I don't know, I feel like something like that. No. Alright, yes, that's not gonna work. But can I just save the index before? In here. I feel like I can do that. So the cur w is w. Cur what's that? Can I do that? And then just set it back to that. The height doesn't change though, so I didn't need to actually do that. But yeah, let me see. Yeah, cur height is used, and that actually causes a problem, so that's not right. Let me think. So if we go back to that though, go back to that, and then we don't want to go back on this first one. So that is actually, but we do at the end, right? Yeah, so maybe, actually I can just do something like that, yeah. I think, no, okay. Yeah, I'm trying to think, how would this be handled? Alright, I might have to think for a second. So, look here, check the surrounding ones. Bum. Could be in the middle though as well. Could it be? Probably could be. That one looks like it's in the middle, but it's hard to tell. Let me go to the end. The one that it's next to. So yeah, so this one's actually next to that. In the middle. So ooh, that makes it even harder. Size T default value. Did I not initialize it? Oh shoot. Thank you for that. Yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah, it's just garbage. Yeah, you need to initialize it to 0. I didn't even think about that. Yeah, thank you. Thank you for pointing that out. Yeah, but this isn't even gonna work now because it has to be, yeah, it has to be it has to generate the whole number. So that that makes it way harder. Yeah, so I don't even know if this will work. Now we're not generating anything though, so I think this was wrong. So let me do that. Yeah. What is table doing? Yeah, table is just right here. I initialize the table. And it's just like a representation of this based on whatever it is. So it's a digit, a dot, a gear, or just a symbol. So basically just goes through the whole thing and it's a two-dimensional array based on that. Yeah, and then basically I'm just iterating through it, and checking what the current value of it is, and then looking at the surrounding ones, and I'm trying to figure out how to work with that. Yeah. So that's what it's just an enum is what it is. Yeah, that's all it is. If that makes sense. Find a digit somewhere next to a gear. You need to expand in both directions to complete the number. Right. Yeah. Well, not always. I only see you expand in one direction. Yeah. Yeah, I know. That's what I am trying to figure out right now. Yeah. Well, some numbers you just need to go in one. So that's when you need to really check both directions. If it's in the middle of one though, it's never gonna be longer than 3. So you can check the left and the right. And you could use it based on that. Because if they're both digits, then you have your whole number there. Huh. Yeah. This example though, you only have to go in one direction for each one. But in the actual one, you're gonna have to account for this scenario, basically. Yeah. Yeah. Just do a while loop to expand columns towards right and left. Who knows if actual input has longer numbers than 3 digits? Well, it doesn't. I know it doesn't. Because I did the first one and it did not. So, okay, let me see what you mean. So, while loop to expand columns towards right and left. Okay. Uh-huh. Alright, so let me see if... yeah, just get rid of this. Actually, I need the check there still. So, yeah, I think then... okay. Yeah, I can do both at once. So that is fine then. Here's the plus I folder. So, yeah, that's fine. Okay. Or, whoops. Or, the reverse as well. No, so I can't do it like that exactly. Right and left. I could have a secondary one, but well, if I modify the okay, actually, if I use a different one, so for W, I could use that and do this one. But with curve edit. Then I can modify that. Oops. Okay. Do that. And then modify them both. And only add it if it is a digit. So and and check if yeah, basically do an if statement to see if they're a digit, and then add it to the number. I think that would work. Yeah, basically just do this again, but for the specific one. I suggest this. Well, I don't need the secondary check because, yeah, I can just do else then. Set this or that. Except I need to change this condition now. So, actually, I could, since I'm doing that, I could just iterate it like that and then iterate it based on that. So, what is size t? It's just an unsigned, it's an unsigned number, integer. So yeah, I think I don't remember if it what the max size of it is, but it's basically just means it can't be negative. And you typically want to use that for indexes because they can never be negative. So it's safer because you can't do non-negative one. That's not valid. If that makes sense. And this is okay. That could be something. And then I need to check as well for the second number. Yeah, I can check the same thing though. Yeah. Else, it's anything but for number two. That might not be right though. Okay, let's see. But yeah, instead of this one, you do number two. Okay, let's just see what happens then. So, these variables stack index, okay. Into parentheses around that. Okay, yeah, that makes sense actually. Okay. So, alright. And we got something. A6. I don't know what that's from. There's probably an issue with the logic, so I can look through it. Can do that. 599. So yeah, I just got that one twice, so that's not good. Because all right. Let me put this on a new line actually. Oops. Okay. That way I can read it better. Okay. So yeah, that's what we've got. Is that right? -1. Current W. Okay. Do we need to reset the current W though? Probably here. Yeah. So I can't. I think I need. I think I should use a different one other than current W. Yeah. And then reset. Well, actually, this is an else, so that we don't need to do that. Yeah, so that should actually be fine. I don't think that's the problem. All right. So let me see if I can actually print this even when it's not valid, and I can get a better idea of what's going on. Not much change. Okay. So yeah, 75. We didn't get the last one of that, and this one we got the extra one there. So I do something like this. All right, let's see. What equals that? Ooh, it's paid right. Okay. Mm. I see. Okay, I can do that. All right. So left and right. One. Yeah. Okay. So you set it first to that. Okay, and then left equals 1, and then yeah, use digit. Yeah. Mm. All right. Then just make a second one for that. Okay. And then do right equals 1, and do this. For that one. Okay. So this now. And this one I can get rid of this. Alright. I need to iterate it. So plus, then minus, and I don't need to check this now. No. Hang on. So current W, yeah, this can just be W now. So we need to reset W. Okay. Do that then. I need to do minus minus. No, we have left. So yeah, we don't need that. So we need to use left as the index then. Left is the index. Wait. I see. Index plus that. Yeah. So instead of iterating W, you plus left. Well, this one's right. No. Okay, now I'm modifying the wrong place. So I want to set it up here first, and then I can do that there. Okay. That's good. Minus right, actually, for this case. No, it's plus because, well, yeah, no, minus. Okay. I think I've got that in. Then this can be left. So plus. Left plus. Okay. And don't need this one. Okay. I think not quite. Right? Okay. I think something like that is pretty close. And then do the same thing down here for the second number case. I think you need to do the string reverse though. No. Well, yeah, I'm gonna need to reverse it for this one. In that case, no. Actually, I need that afterward though. So, so yeah, if, well, no, actually that makes it more complicated. So I'm not gonna worry about that yet. Yeah, so I'll just grab this actually then. This one. And put it in here. Alright, and then I'll see if it actually works at all. So this is the old one. Alright, and let's see. So I do that. Okay, I can get rid of that then. Alright, 7635. So, I don't even know where that's from. I see the 35. Ooh, okay, it's got this one. I see. You have to trim the buffer. Ooh, trim the buffer. Hard to work with C. Yeah. So. Well, I need to actually change this. Okay. Yeah, so it never becomes that now. Because it should encounter 2 digits, so but it doesn't. Because we generate it entirely on this one. So yeah, I messed that up. what is the 71 from? Oh, okay, 1/7. So yeah, it's from that one. That makes sense then. And 75. So yeah, we only get the first or the two. So uh, if conditions are useless, really. Oh yeah, right. That yeah, because I was checking that before. But yeah, alright. Forgot to remove it. Okay. Yeah, let me do that. Alright, yeah, yeah. So didn't change anything, but wait, it did change. 757. Yeah, that did okay. Yeah, but it's just setting the last one to that. 2559. Yeah, so it's just grabbing that. Yeah. So we're not getting enough though. So I something is off by one. Do I not have to do the +1 anymore? Or is that just because no, I'm gonna need to check that. Mismatch. Oh shoot. Yeah. Okay, let's see. So what are the misses? Ooh. Well, so that is yeah, well so we know that the current is. Oh yeah, but I don't account for that anymore. So yeah, I want to check the next one. Okay. Um. Oh yeah. Yeah. Let's see. Okay. Yeah. So that is a thing, and I can get it as well. Yeah. I see. Okay. Yeah. Now I messed something up. So would count that on both sides. Left expand. Yeah. All right. Well, so now we do generate the numbers. 755 9. Then. So then we generate part of the second one. Not the whole thing though, and it tries to do that. So the 9, yeah. So it is not quite working. Okay. So we generate that 767. Ah, shoot, no, 764 is what we want. So, actually, minus one. Okay. Ta -ta. And then what's that? Shoot, actually, it's the other way around. Yeah, I did. Yeah. Well, it doesn't matter. It's just the naming, but use the wrong one. Wrong one for the wrong thing. So, yeah, because this one's actually going right. So, yeah, did a stupid. It doesn't matter really, but because that's going right when you're adding it. Yeah. Yeah, it's not very hard to change though. So, okay. Yeah, that didn't matter. It was just, yeah, it was just wrong. Okay, so print, print it. Plus plus because left slash right is like the length you expand the direction. Um, oh yeah. Yeah. I see. Okay. Yeah. Alright, that did stuff. So we got 764 then. So we do need to reverse that. So that must be from here then. Yeah. So we just have to string reverse it if it's left. So we do need to check that. But then also if it's in the middle, we have to do something different. So yeah, but we don't always want to reverse it. So that's a little bit complicated, but 716. Okay, 617. Yeah, so that one's need to be reversed as well. But we don't use that one, so it doesn't matter. And then 755, so we got that. And then 59, we don't get the last 8. But it also is all bunched together, which isn't right. But is valid equals 1. But then the second one, it generates just a 5. And then just a 9. Yeah, so whatever. So that's not working right. With initializing num index in the middle of the buffer, to adding characters on the left towards left. Ooh, yeah. Might need a larger buffer than 4. Well, really won't, because yeah, because it's not gonna be larger than 4. So because I know it's not in the actual input. Yeah, so I don't need to worry about that. But so yeah, okay. How do you do that? Shoot. Yeah, I need it in here as well. No, where is it at that it is being used? Down here, okay. Alright, yeah, so we can just set it here. Okay, I know that. Put that out. And then, yeah. Just there we go. Okay. Uh-huh. It's not quite right. H5. Okay, that didn't. Yeah, number next equals 5. Oh, that's what you meant. You meant setting it in the middle. Okay. I see what you mean. Okay. Wait, can I set it to 2? Yeah, and then it starts there, though. So, I need to adjust it then. Yeah. Yeah, so then you subtract it, when it's left. I see. I see. Okay. So I might need to do this. So that should be fine, really. Setting it there. But maybe not. Okay. But then actually I checked something. No, I don't check that. 5 is yeah. Okay, so middle of the buffer and then yeah, but then I don't want to do this. So okay. Yeah, and I need to get rid of that here as well. And this needs to be num 2 next actually. Okay, so something then. And this, yeah, this needs to be the same thing. So minus left and let's right. All right, have a good night, Solanki. See you later. 46 is that 46? Okay. 61. What is 61? Oh, right here. Okay. Yeah. So not quite. But if we only go in one direction. If we only go in one direction, then it doesn't work on the whole thing. Maybe I can set it to 1. And that, yeah, it can't be 0. 3 is too much. Yeah. Yeah, because then we go out of bounds. So I know the actual numbers can be only 3-digit, but you still start at some middle index and can extend, so you need like 5 or 6 size buffer. Okay. Yeah, probably 6, and then, yeah, okay. Yeah, and then 3, so we have 10. 5, starting at 2, can extend both sides too. Yeah, okay, could do that. That makes sense, actually. 5 and 5, okay. Whoops, I have to do it twice. Okay. Then we don't go out of bounds. Then we can't quite do this. Okay. 617 and 55. Why did we get that with that? Oh no, 755. We're only getting that, but yeah, let me spin it if it is valid. We don't get anything. Okay, yeah, is okay. That's actually. So I see what you mean now. I understand. This is what I meant. You'll need to trim the empty stuff from the ends of the buffer. Yeah, yeah. I get that now. So, yeah, I guess okay. Yeah, so maybe I can just make a function for that then. So just trim none. And I can implement that. So just probably actually return a new one. Yeah, and it'll just okay. Trim. And yeah, we'll take so and so just let's see. Should I pass the length as well? Because yeah, I'll do that. And then yeah. And then yeah, just if it is well, I can really do if it's not a digit. Because we're not so just anything that's not a digit, just remove that. If not is digit. Stir I. Then yeah, so we'll make a new one. Which is just the result. And this is only going to be that. So well, actually just if is digit, then we'll just result just make an index for it. 0. Okay. And then result equals result index. Okay. No, not plus equal. We need result that's plus. Oops. Equals stir I. And then yeah, just return result. Okay. I think. Yeah, so then we'll just get the digits back. And it'll be the right size. We can actually set the result. So it'll be a string. Okay, just return that. Okay, we can call that wherever we call it down here, trim, and we'll just do trim 1. I don't really need to do that. So yeah, actually I'll initialize like that. And trimmed 2. 2, okay, and then we'll do trimmed 1, trimmed 2. That then. Okay. So yeah, has some issues then. Oh yeah, we need the length. So yeah, it's 5. So okay. Invalid initialize. Oh shoot, yeah. I need to allocate that then. I forgot. Okay. And yeah, it needs to whoops. It's the pointer. Okay. And valid initializer. All right, yeah, I can. That's fine. That's fine. Because I allocated now, so I can just be a pointer. That's fine. Okay, and now let's see. So okay. So that's not quite. We need to actually reset that, but we get 467. We get 355. So that's not good. That's actually probably due to the length. Um, mm. All right, well it is closer, but then we get 617. And we don't actually reset the second number, so I think that is. Wait, it should be though. Yeah, it should be reinitialized. Tis not though. I can see. I can do it again though. It doesn't really matter, but I can do that. Okay. So yeah, 5988. What is that? We get 598, and then we also get the extra last one. 61755 is. So we get 755, and we get 61 as well. Okay. So. All right. Well now, oops. No. I can grab this and whoops. Very laggy. Okay, and put it in there. And now it should actually only print. No. Okay, so it's not actually iterating it properly. Is it going too far? There is an issue with that. But we do have 1 and 2. This one shouldn't be valid though. And then, yeah, I don't know why that happened. So, yeah, so something's wrong in here. These two are the only ones that should be valid as well. So that's just like. Don't need this. See, and I did this right, I think. Okay. Yeah, that should be fine. So it is this. You have the star below the 1. Because you start at 6 one time, and then at 1, and then at 7. Hang on, I'm trying to think what you mean exactly. Well, we do it from the perspective of the gear. And then in here, let me see. So, I see. I see what you mean, actually. Ooh. So, yeah. I see. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. If you do that, okay. All right. Well, so actually, I've been streaming for 3 hours, and I do have to go now. And I was not able to finish this. Yeah. So I'm gonna think about this. And hopefully tomorrow, I think I'll be able to stream tomorrow. I'll try to finish it. Yeah. I'll like push the change that I have right now. You know what that. Let's see, I didn't actually commit the changes for the first one. So finish day 2 part, or day 3 part 1, and width on day 3 part 2. Okay, yeah. So, okay. That should work. And then, okay, there we go. Yeah, so I do have to end the stream. Thank you for your help. And also thank you to everyone who's watching. Yeah, so I'll see you next time. Goodbye.